From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 1996, these are the Ham Nation headlines for Wednesday, February 3rd, 2016. Winter weather has generated major headlines and major headaches all along the eastern United States.
Power outages and snowdrifts of 3.5 feet or more left the New York area and points west immobilized, and in many spots without power. Nevertheless, the area's hams were ready. Record snow fell in New York City Central Park and much of the surrounding area. ARRL's New York City Long Island section manager Jim Mezzi, W2KFV, reported approximately 2 feet of snow with some local flooding throughout the region. VHF and UHF repeaters were used for communication, while 40 meters was used to transmit weather information using digital modes. I'm Heather Emby, KV3TZD in Berwick, Pennsylvania.
Further south, the picture was just as challenging, as we hear from Jim Dameron in 8TMW.
The recent historic winter storm left its mark on the South, where the Appalachian region was considered among the hardest hit. West Virginia reported more than 40 inches of snow. The governor declared a state of emergency on January 22nd, and nets were activated on 75, 40, and 2 meters by the Kanawha County Aries. Kentucky's governor also declared a state of emergency as thousands of motorists along parts of Interstate 75 were left stranded. The Kentucky Emergency HF net activated on 75 meters, and the Skywarn net was activated on January 22nd in anticipation of the storm and remained active for 12 hours. In Virginia, Steve Crow, KG4PEQ, the National Weather Service Wakefield Skywarn amateur radio coordinator, said his team was active from early January 21st through late Saturday, January 22nd. The Wakefield office serves parts of central and southeastern Virginia, northeastern North Carolina, and eastern Maryland. I'm Jim Dameron, N8TMW in Charleston, West Virginia.
Stormy weather also wreaked havoc with one important de-expedition. Operators on the VP-8 STI de-expedition team were forced to break down operations and return to their transport vessel, the RV Braveheart, after declaring an emergency Monday, January 25th as a result of the fierce South Atlantic storm near their campsite on southern Tule Island. They were forced to leave their gear and personal belongings on the island, but hope to return to collect their equipment and then decide whether to continue with the South Georgia operation as VP-8 SGI. There's big news inside ARRL's Connecticut headquarters as Tom Gallagher, NY2RF, prepares to succeed David Sumner, K1ZZ, as the ARRL's Chief Executive Officer on April 18th. The West Palm Beach, Florida amateur will come on board as CEO-elect on February 29th to begin the transition. Gallagher, who takes over at the Newington, Connecticut headquarters as the ARRL begins its second century, is a former broadcast cameraman and technician who later worked as an international investment banker and financial services executive. He's been a licensed amateur since 1966 when he got his ticket in Pennsylvania as WA3GRF. Gallagher describes himself as, quote, an incurable HFDXer and inveterate tinkerer. Amateurs from all over will get to meet him and congratulate him themselves at the ARRL National Convention hosted by the Orlando Hamcation, running February 12th through 14th. And we here at Amateur Radio Newsline also welcome him and wish him the best. And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news for over 37 years and counting at www.arnewsline.org. With Heather Emby, KB3TZD, Jim Dameron, N8TMW, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Don Wellbanks, AE5DW. 73. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.